Well, here to discuss this is diet consultant Mark Hannigan and body positivity campaigner Rosalind Main. Thank you both for coming in to speak to us tonight. First of all, Mark, you yourself used to be morbidly obese. Yes. I think you've lost 9 stone in total, is that right?
That's correct. It's quite literally raising awareness.
So if we take us back, so if we went back...
But the reality is that those risks are there, and I think it's a good thing to make people aware of that.
OK, Rosalind, what do you think of the latest campaign?
I would say from someone who, if I was walking down the street and I saw these banners, I saw them, a lot of them today, and I did think that, you know, just having these names and not necessarily statistics or a positive message, I saw it as kind of a scaremongering tactic. And before I came on today, I was speaking to my friends and they were like, oh yeah, we saw them. They seemed kind of, it didn't have the positive responses from it.
Shouldn't people be scared though?
Yeah, I do think people should be scared, but because obviously loads of statistics and all these kind of frightening facts that come about. I think it's important to start from a good place, though. If people are wanting to change or are wanting to improve their lifestyle, I think starting from a good place for good results, rather than a scary first impression and then to panic and focus on other things.
There's a bit of double standards here, isn't there? Because you can tell people, and we do tell people, they're drinking themselves to death or they're smoking themselves to death. Why can't we tell people they're eating themselves to death?
I feel like because it's something where it's such a it's a very precious area for people, and I think if you're wanting to start from a good place, you want to go outside and, you know, face the world and not be shy away from it. I feel like it's something that if you told someone something so personal, because it's not necessarily eating themselves to death. People can be overweight for different reasons, like genetically, or they might have had an accident, or just other factors in it.
You could argue that about drinking, couldn't you? People drink for different reasons, drink too heavily because they've got problems in their lives that they want to shut out.
Yeah, but I feel like because food is something that everybody has to eat, everyone has to eat to live. It's one of those things. Alcohol doesn't necessarily, you don't have to put it in your life. But if something with food, and if people have an imbalance with that, I feel like it should be taken in a more respectful way, rather than this is really bad, this is the end result, where it could be done in a more positive way. And I feel like a lot of people might be too nervous to go to their doctors. I feel like something where people go, it's not, you shouldn't be ashamed of yourself. To start in a good place will end in good results, rather than banners.
Body shaming is a necessary evil, necessary part of this process.
I don't think body shaming is something...
Totally, but for example, people have accused this campaign of body shaming.
Yeah.
I mean, is there an element of, well, if that's what it takes, then, you know, that's what has to happen? Do you have sympathy?
No, I believe positive sympathy.
Yeah, I would. And I mean, I'm aware that cigarette logos are banned as well, so they're not even recognisable. I couldn't recognise cigarette brands because I don't smoke, and I know that you can't see them behind the bar now, or behind the till, or wherever you buy them. It's not, I feel like that kind of approach could be a bit dated. It should be something a bit less, you know, just big names and words in somebody's face, rather than a better approach. And it doesn't necessarily have to be softer, but it can be something a bit more educational for, you know, 2019. I feel like it's less scary and more important for positivity.
OK, Mark and Rosalind, thank you both very much for speaking with us. Now, China has